The date has been set for the first BattleCraft SMP tournament of Season 2, and I have a lot of work ahead of me to create a competitive Pokemon team, using only my shiny Pokemon. I have learned a lot in the past 6 months about competitive Pokemon teams, but I have oh so much more to learn. And I am a little worried about my abilities to build a competitive team with the shiny Pokemon that I currently have. But I'm always up for a challenge, and since my friend Vert has decided he's all in for competitive Pokemon battles and keeps asking me to battle him, I'd better get good fast if I ever want to win. Thankfully, when I first started team building for this tournament, Vert the Tinkerer had been gearing up for his battle with Duck, the Dragon Master. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, go check out Mighty Ducks or Vert's YouTube channel, which are linked in the description of this video, and catch up on that story. It's a good one. However, as a Team Obsidian member, one of my duties was to make sure Vert was ready for this battle, and that meant doing some test battles with him.
Shadow Ball?
No! Now, while it was really disappointing to continue losing to Vert and anyone else I tried to battle for that matter, he was teaching me that I needed help on my team building expertise. And so I enacted phase 1 of my team building strategy, seeking help. You see, I have almost no experience doing double battles and only minor experience doing singles. And so, since our tournament is a doubles battle, I really need my Pokemon to be able to synergize well. And figuring this out in my head has not been going well. So I brought this lovely lectern over that we're going to place right here, and on it we are going to place this book that I have written and signed. Dear Dragon Master, I have heard from the rumor mill that you are an excellent and knowledgeable Pokemon trainer. And so I, Nurse Callie, would like to ask for your esteemed help in training for the upcoming BattleCraft tournament. Please send your fastest dragon with your answer to the Healing Sanctuary at your earliest convenience. Your ever-gracious nurse and healer of the BattleCraft SMP, Callie. So, hopefully, Duck will be willing to help out a fellow trainer in creating a masterful team for the upcoming tournament. Now, while I wait for a response from Duck, I am going to continue training Pokemon and trying to work out a good team. I figure I might as well do something productive with my time, and maybe I'll learn something in the process. Oh, I didn't change this guy's moves. Oh well.
Uh-oh.
It is what it is. He's a new guy, okay?
Okay, I admittedly, Callie, I was like, I heard you and Duck talking about my team, and I was like, I don't know what you have, but I decided I would bring one specific Pokemon to the opener, and I'm hopeful it saves me here. Oh, wait, what? Why can't I use Fake Out?
Oh! Ghost type?
No, because I have Cosmo. And Cosmo's effect is Armor Tail, which means you can't use Fake Out.
What the heck? I don't even know what that is.
Priority moves cannot be used on my Pokemon and the Pokemon that I have in my team as allies. You're gonna win. You're totally gonna win this, but I had to bring it out.
I'm locked in.
See
Yeah,
what
I
it
can't
would
even do anything other than what I just did, so. Jarvis.
Bye, Jarvis. Oh, I am totally dying in this. Completely dying here.
Oh, you should have used that on Metagross, what you just did. That would have been super effective against Metagross, just so you know.
With every practice battle that I do, I am definitely learning things, but I still end up failing time and time again. Now, I'm going to admit, at this point, I was pretty discouraged in my skills as a team builder for a competitive Pokemon team. And I was just hoping that I could at least make my opponent work for their win in the tournament, and that would be good enough for me. Thankfully though, after a late night Pokemon battle with Vert, he offered up some suggestions for making a team out of the shiny Pokemon I had caught. And with his suggestions, we built a fairly decent rain team. All I needed was a shiny Swinub, which shouldn't be too hard to find, right? So off I went into the snowy wasteland for a weekend of shiny hunting. And since Swinub is a common spawn, and the fact that I seem to have triple the shiny luck to anyone else on the server, I figured this was more than enough time to find my last teammate for the tournament. Boy, was I wrong. Speaking of shinies, I just found one too. Yeah, but not the one that I wanted. Oh my gosh, it's a Slowpoke. Hours upon hours spent in this frozen wasteland looking for a shiny Swinub, and what should spawn in but a shiny Slowpoke. Oh my goodness. I tried sitting in a minecart to spawn in as many Pokemon as possible. Another non-creature of the Swinub variety that I wanted. It's a Centret. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
One day, I promise you, I will find a shiny Swinub, but apparently it's just not my day for it. And so, after my weekend of shiny hunting, I had found 2 shiny Pokemon, but neither were helpful to me for my tournament team. And with the tournament only days away, I knew that Vert had a shiny Swinub, so I requested a trade. But before I could meet up with Vert, Duck was finally able to get together and give me some more team building knowledge and training. Welcome to the cave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Before we start, am I speaking with Nurse Callie or Team Obsidian Callie?
Nurse Callie. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
This place is nice. This place is really nice.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have a battle coming up, don't we? A little tournament.
Yes, we do.
And Vert has been graciously allowing me to battle with him every once in a while. But I've only won once, and the only reason I won was because he was talking through all of his moves.
Okay.
So I was wondering, I am limiting myself to only being able to use shiny Pokemon in this battle.
Okay.
And since you have, smarts surrounding Pokemon battling, so I thought maybe you could give me some tips and tricks.
I would love to.
Yay! Because I'm limited to shiny Pokemon, I've talked with Vert a little bit about it in team building. That's the hard part for me. But I'm thinking at this moment, Rain Team. I feel like I have enough Pokemon to build such a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Vert is loaning me a shiny Swinub to finish off the team. I don't have that yet because I couldn't find one after the days of days I spent hunting.
Okay.
So currently, I gotta find my PC because I put it in my backpack.
Yeah, I mean, I love weather teams, so I might be able to help. I think.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we got this beauty, Talonflame. Considering, we have Cotton Candy for Thunder.
Yep.
So we got that one. Thinking maybe Frey for bulk and water moves. And then I do have Goldie here,
Ooh.
which could be a nice one.
Mhm.
And then I got a Pelipper
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
for the rain. Now, I also have a Poliwhirl that I just got.
I was going to ask you if you had a Poliwhirl. Well, Politoed is good because it also gets Drizzle. It's also probably a better option for Drizzle, in my opinion, than Pelipper, just because it doesn't have the ×2 weakness to Electric. Does Politoed get Perish Song in this?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea.
I think it does.
The answer is yes to Perish Song. Politoed gets it.
So, you don't have a shiny...
I have over 60 shinies, so you never know.
Yeah, do you have a shiny Why Not?
No.
Do you have a shiny Ghastly?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, if you have a shiny Pokemon with Shadow Tag, you could use that with Perish Song. So Shadow Tag's an ability.
Oh, it's an ability.
And what Shadow Tag does is when that Pokemon's on the field, it makes the opponent's Pokemon unable to switch out. So that's another kind of avenue that works with your Rain team, because Politoed can use Perish Song.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to just use shinies, it's you're kind of putting yourself on a timer of finding a shiny Ghastly within 3 days. So I don't know if that'll work as well. Would you, I'm going to ask something really annoying. Would you be able to go through all of the shinies that you do have?
Yeah.
I'm just going to write them down. Yeah?
Sure.
I'm just going to list them.
Would it be better if I just took screenshots and sent them to you on Discord?
Sure, actually, yeah, that would work too. Yeah, sorry.
I could do that. And so after sending Duck a screenshot of all the shiny Pokemon I had, we discussed pros and cons of a bunch of them and finally came out with a hopefully winning team. Flare would be my Tailwind setter and Fire move help. Cotton Candy would provide powerful Thunder Electric moves once Rain was set. Frey would be my bulky defensive Pokemon. We would eventually trade out Pelipper for Politoed as the Rain setter. Bella, being my starter, would hopefully give me some offensive help with Life Dew and Dazzling Gleam, and then we would get that shiny Swinub from Vert, and he would give us great ground coverage. So, with the team set, it was time to take it for a test drive against Duck, which apparently I have no footage of, so just know I did test drive the team and won against Duck once out of our 3 battles. And I will say, after the training and team building help with Duck, and of course the training that I've done with Vert, guys, I'm feeling a lot more confident about our upcoming tournament battle. And while I still don't think I'm going to win, I feel like I can definitely give my opponent a run for their money. Vert, I've come to beg actually, down on my hands and my knees at this point. Would you please loan me your lovely Swinub that's shiny, because I have been in this biome for days and oh my gosh, everything but the shiny Swinub.
I'm sorry for that. This place has not been very profitable for me either, if I'm honest. It's been slow goings on the Porygon farm. I did, like you said though, I did get lucky and I did find this guy. He's not great, but yeah, I'm happy to let you train him.
Is any of my team great for IVs? No. So I'm sure he'll fit right on in.
Ouch. But also, I just came off of a tough loss, so, I'm not that upset to hear that, I gotta admit, since I might end up fighting you.
Oh, yes. That's the scary part.
Well, we know more about each other's teams than anybody else, so hopefully we don't fight each other, honestly.
Yeah.
As a show of good faith, we're teammates, we're Obsidian, but also more than that. There's Callie Adventures, there's the Nuzlocke. We go way back. Do you have a Pokemon that I can borrow as well?
I do.
Maybe an Obsidian one.
Look at this beauty. And this one actually has incredible IVs.
Dude, he's nuts. That's one of the best shinies I've ever seen, actually.
82%. Like, that is wild.
Sadly, I think he's an attacker, so his worst stat is actually one of his most important. But, whatever it is, it's fine. He looks bad. He's gonna look so cool. It's like okay if I evolve him, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you're gonna have to evolve this guy,
right?
So.
Gotta evolve that guy, yeah. So totally.
I'm in. Deal.
Let's do it.
Yours looked way cooler. I'm gonna just say. I feel like I'm getting a better trade here.
Maybe.
Oh, I was gonna name him Powder.
Okay.
But you can name him whatever you want. If you do have a name for your Zigzagoon, you let me know, and I will. I will either do that, or I can have my audience name him, and you can have your audience name mine. That's fine. Either way.
Yeah. Let me check the records just to make sure I didn't miss out on a name that was given for him, and then maybe we could do audience, if that doesn't happen.
Deal.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Wow, I feel so much better now with the upcoming tournament, Finally got the full team together.
And how'd that go?
Difficult as always, but I feel somewhat more confident in my team.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
where did this confidence come from?
Well,
I'm just a little,
okay. Well, obviously you, me, we did a little training together. We talked about like team building. And then I went to the Dragon Master.
So, You did. Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I went to the Dragon Master. I heard that he had done some work and had unfortunately beaten you in the battle between you and him, and I was like, well, maybe he could gift me some of his knowledge for this upcoming tournament. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
From a practical standpoint, I understand. From a personal standpoint, I'm hurt. And from a more personal standpoint, further,
don't cry. It's okay.
honestly, good move. The only concern I have is one. Well, okay, I have two questions. One, did you learn anything about his team? Did he give anything away that you're willing to, divulge?
He said that he hasn't picked a team.
Classic.
And it's, the tournament is days away. So does that bode well for us or not well? I don't know.
Touche, actually. That's a good point. He did just reveal a lot of the Pokemon that he's trained. or considered that he would train, I guess.
Well, and that's the thing. He did use, because we did some practice battles as well, and he did use a bunch of the Pokemon that he used on the team battling with you. So, but he did mention that he hadn't picked one yet. Yeah. And yet I revealed my entire team to him and my plans and ideas. So it was probably, in some ways bad, but in other ways, you know what? I don't expect much from this tournament, so get all the help I can get.
Let's just hope you don't pull him. It'll be more exciting that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Follow up. How are you feeling about your team? Do you feel good? Like, do you feel better? I mean, you said you feel better, but like, do you feel good? It's
a team I haven't used yet against anybody but Duck earlier, and I did beat him once very well.
Oh, we love to hear that.
Yeah. And I don't know if
it was Charizard.
He did use Charizard, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I did beat him and really well. I don't know if it was just a fluke on my part or if it was actually knowledge on my part, but hey, they went down.
I won on a miss. Okay, Callie. Okay. Final question here. I don't want to make this uncomfortable, but Duck did ask about any who's in charge of Team Obsidian, and I feel like I need to ask since Nurse Callie seems to be pretty buddy with somebody who has been pretty outspoken about not liking Team Obsidian. So do I have to worry about anything here, Callie?
No.
Is this like a
no? Nurse Callie, just consider it's Nurse Callie. Nurse Callie is buddies with everybody.
The way that you just said no, though, oh my god. Put the fear of Arceus in me. All right. Well, I'll trust you. I trust you. I trust you with my Pokemon.
The loyalties go very deep here, I can be buddies in Nurse Callie uniform and loyal to death in Team Obsidian.
Love to hear that. Okay, I'm comfy now. Okay, beautiful.
Perfect.
Well, I'm glad that the Dragon Master could help you. And if you learned anything that you think could help me, then pass it on, because I don't know if he's gonna want to work with me. I don't know. We're cordial. We respect each other, but I don't think he's gonna be helping me. Well, Callie.
Yes.
It's been fun catching up with our devious natures.
Yes, I think we both got some training to do in a tournament to prep for. So, thanks again.
That we do. Good luck. And Callie,
you too.
If you do want any practice battles, your secrets are safe with me, and I need them. So
Yeah, I'll probably take you up on that. Just got 2 more Pokemon that I need to EV train, and I'm sure I'll come knocking.
Deal.
With only 2 days remaining before the tournament, I got to work EV training the final 2 Pokemon of my team and evolving them into their final evolutions. Before leveling everyone up as high as I could to ensure they would learn all the moves necessary. We don't have access to TMs for our Pokemon, so we can be pretty limited on moveset if we aren't leveling our Pokemon up higher than level 50. With my team almost ready, who should show up but a visitor for some training battles?
Also, Callie, what the heck, dude? This is a devious lead.
Devious lead or not, I definitely did not know how to properly use them to the best of their abilities. And soon, Vert had pacified my team to sleep.
Oh, you're learning life orb or something.
Aw, he's so cute when he sleeps. Look at that! And things only got worse from there. One by one, my Pokemon were taken out, including a misclick of my own. Oh. I definitely just hit the wrong one. Uh-oh, it's okay. This is fine. I shouldn't. See? Game-ending decision.
Oh no, I've done that. Oh god.
Yep. And while I would like to say I learned something from this battle and went on to win at least one of the other practice battles, it was not to be. However, it wasn't all disappointment and sadness. Vert did end up giving me a couple of strategies that may just end up helping us in the tournament. Speaking of the tournament, the day is finally here. My palms are sweaty and I am nervous beyond belief. But let's see if all of the work I did putting together this beautiful shiny team actually gives us a competitive edge. Because who should be up first to battle but me and JB, which is an interesting matchup, as JB and I had a battle in Season 1 together where he completely destroyed my team. So I'm very much hoping that I can enact some revenge here and get the best of his team this time. I was extremely nervous for this battle and barely spoke in game, so you get voiceover Callie for this matchup. And while I wish I could say that I had this incredible strategy going into the battle to take out all of his Pokemon, I definitely did not. Though I will say, I don't feel like I made any major mistakes. There was probably better moves I could have done, but what I ended up with served to help my team well. We started off with a Tailwind from Flare to give me speed and an Ice Shard priority move from Mamoswine on Corviknight. This only slightly damaged Corviknight, but I had my speed now. Unfortunately, JB concentrated his efforts on my Mamoswine and took him out with 2 hits. Having lost the first Pokemon, I basically gave up hope of winning, but I bravely put in my Vaporeon Fray. With my next move, I Flare Blitzed onto Corviknight and Muddy Watered onto both JB's Pokemon. He ended up replacing Mamoswine with Toxapex, which wasn't ideal, but between my Flare Blitz and Muddy Water, Corviknight was knocked out, putting us at an even 3 Pokemon each. JB ended up bringing out Conkeldurr, which I hit with a Brave Bird, while Frey got a defensive boost with an Acid Armor move. I probably should have used Muddy Water from Frey to potentially take out Conkeldurr in one move, so while Brave Bird was super effective against him, Conkeldurr ended up eating a Figgy Berry, restoring some of his health, and then took out Flare with a Rock Slide.
Oh,
Oh.
Flash gone.
This meant the Tailwind was almost over, so it was no longer going to give me an advantage. I was down to 2 Pokemon and JB still had Mamoswine in the back. I seriously had no idea how I was going to win this, so I tried a Hypnosis on Toxapex and a Muddy Water using my rain boosted water moves, but unfortunately JB's Toxapex used Wide Guard, rendering all of my moves useless. But with a stroke of luck, Conkeldurr's Rock Slide ended up missing and I still had a chance to take out one more of his Pokemon. So I used Earth Power from my Politoed on Toxapex and Muddy Water from Frey and hope for the best. With Toxapex's Baneful Bunker failing, my Earth Power did a small amount of damage to Toxapex and Muddy Water from Frey did a decent chunk of damage to Conkeldurr. For the next turn, I tried Hypnosis again on Toxapex and Muddy Water from Frey, hoping to take down Conkeldurr. But once again, Hypnosis missed, though thankfully Muddy Water took out Conkeldurr. This meant I only had to deal with Mamoswine and Toxapex now, and we were once again on the same amount of Pokemon left. This time I tried Hypnosis on Mamoswine and Muddy Water on his full team. Of course, Hypnosis missed once again because Toxapex ended up using Wide Guard and Mamoswine's Earthquake slightly damaged both my Pokemon. I needed to get rid of Mamoswine, so I told Politoed to use Hydro Pump and Frey to use Muddy Water. Mamoswine got his Earthquake move off first, almost taking out my Politoed. However, Politoed was able to pull off his Hydro Pump, KOing Mamoswine, and the Muddy Water from Frey took Toxapex down even further. Unfortunately, once again, JB used Recover, and though I had a slight advantage with still having 2 Pokemon on the field, I didn't know how I was going to be able to take out a recovering Toxapex before it took out me. Though I really shouldn't have worried, because apparently this Toxapex had no attacking moves. While I probably could have used Perish Song at this point, I was unsure how it worked in terms of priorities. Since I used it, would it mean that I would be the last man standing, or was it based off of the speed of the Pokemon? So instead, I went with Earth Power from Politoed and Muddy Water from Frey. Toxapex used Liquidation on a Politoed, and we were 1v1. And I only had 1 attacking move on Frey, and that had almost all of its PP drained. My first one missed, and Toxapex of course recovered. Just 2 more Muddy Waters, where the first one did barely any damage, and the second one also did almost nothing. And at this point, I thought JB had it. I was out attacking moves, but what I didn't know was so was he. And it ended up coming down to how much PP each of us had. I can't do anything. I have no attacking moves.
Choice. Is that what it is? Or?
No, I have no attacking moves. I can't do anything
I don't
else.
either.
Yeah, but you
Oh my
have
God.
Yeah.
Oh
Is
no!
it a forfeit? Is this a draw?
Like, it would literally come down to struggle. Because I cannot touch. I have no moves that can hit.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
You are
amazing.
here for this.
Yeah.
Do you have any physical attacking moves that are physical at all?
No, all my other ones are like status changes.
They're all special in status.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
then
only
it's
special
literally-
move I had was the one I've been using on you, and I'm out. I can't use it anymore.
Oh no.
Okay, so I have.
We
Let's
didn't prepare
take a
for
look
this.
at how much PP I have left.
I've never seen this
18.
before.
I have 24 PP left. How much do you have of all of your moves?
All of mine, I
Yeah.
have Over 50.
You have over
Oh.
50.
Oh.
Then you
Yeah.
would win the struggle battle.
Yeah.
Because we
Technically,
could continue
Callie
doing
would win this if it was
Callie
like an
would win
actual.
If it was an actual
Yeah,
match, yes.
Yeah.
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 I think.
Okay.
With just
Then that is
short
what
we
we
can
will
do
do. I will forfeit.
Okay.
GG.
Oh my
Oh,
god. That was a
GG.
great battle.
Hey,
Actually,
what a,
wow.
a draw! A draw in
What
the
the
first
heck?
match.
That was so
Oh
cool.
my
Did not expect that.
goodness.
So in a surprising turn of events, for me at least, I ended up winning this first match. I was so shocked. If you would like to see the other BattleCraft members' battles, definitely check out their point of views. I have linked all their channels in the description of this video because we spent over 4 hours together doing all of the battles, and I'm gonna only be focusing on the ones that I was a part of. So after a few more battles were fought, I was once again up to the plate in the winning bracket, this time having to face Vert, the one person who probably knew more about my team than I did. I had absolutely no hope that I was winning against Vert, as I had only won against him that one time, and that was from no skills of mine. But I tried to set up this team as best I could, and well, we'll see what happens.
I'm sorry it had to be like this, Callie.
Oh, it's okay. We've practiced lots.
We have. It just, I didn't want to be the one to face you.
Yeah.
There's Callie.
Understandable.
Remember.
I believe in you, Callie. I'm taking this as seriously as possible.
Who's got Sparkle? Who's got Sheen?
I'm shaking against Callie too.
The shinies make it like unassuming, but they are a threat.
They are an absolute threat.
Oh yeah.
And so's the trainer.
While Tailwind was a no-brainer, Vert prevented me from using that move by using Fake Out, but an Ice Shard got Hitmontop a bit of chip damage, although unfortunately the flip turn from Palafin was less than ideal on our Mamoswine. From my practice battles, I have learned that I do not like Tandemaus, and I knew he had to go. So all I hoped for was a Tailwind setup from Flare and an Ice Shard from Mamoswine to hopefully do some decent damage. Unfortunately, Vert encored me into Ice Shard, but it's a priority move, so was it really that bad? Probably not. Instead of keeping Hitmontop in, Vert switched him for Palafin, and Tandemaus used Follow Me, making him the recipient of both my Brave Bird from Flare and my Ice Shard from Mamoswine. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to get rid of Tandemaus. At this point, I decided to switch Flare out for Ampharos in hopes of getting a solid Thunder off on Palafin. I knew Mamoswine was going down, and I felt like he was the better one to lose because it would give me a free switch in for Politoed and the rain boosted moves. While Ampharos took a decent amount of damage with that switch in, I decided to use Thunder against Palafin, which should hopefully take him out in one hit. And then I tried a Hypnosis from Politoed on Vert's Hitmontop. And thankfully, at least one of those moves worked in my favor.
Very good.
Crit.
And a crit
Go.
as well.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to get rid of Annihilate with the team that I had, but I had Ampharos use Dazzling Gleam in hopes of damaging both Vert's team on the field, and then risked using Hypnosis again on Annihilate to prevent his Rage Fist move on me. Yes!
Oh, sleepy.
Oh, that's really bad.
With Annihilate now sleeping, I was feeling a little more at ease at my chances of winning. A Sucker Punch did some chip damage to my Ampharos, but my Thunder took out Hitmontop, and then my Hydro Pump hurt Sleeping Annihilate, and I had this win in the bag.
Oh, no, I think
Well,
I might
it's
be
up to
invert.
sleep turns. Also a miss.
invert.
So. Dude.
Wow.
Wow.
GG.
Wow.
GG, Callie, GG.
Wow.
Well
done.
Finally, a legit win against Vert. If I didn't win at any other time during this tournament, I didn't care. I had 2 wins under my belt, and I couldn't be happier. With my third battle, I ended up facing Duck, my trainer, and having seen his team battle against a few of the others, I had no idea if my team would be able to counter it. This is also the battle that I forgot to hit record in OBS, so all you get is a few replay shots here. But basically, I ended up coming to the battlefield with my start of Mamoswine and Talonflame. And unfortunately for me, he started with Tyranitar and Dracovish, who made quick work of both my Mamoswine and Talonflame, and I knew I was toast. With nothing left to do, I sent out Politoed and Ampharos, who also quickly lost their lives. I had lost, which meant I only had one more loss before I was out of the tournament. But after a few more battles were had, Vert and I were back up against each other again.
So we have Callie versus Vert once again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dang. Let's do it,
Oh
Callie.
my goodness. I now had one loss, and if I lost against Vert in this battle, I would be out of the tournament. But this would still place me in 3rd place.
If I win, then I face Duck. If Callie wins, she faces Duck.
Oh my gosh.
And
So Vert needs to win.
Sounds much worse when we put it that way. Yeah.
what?
With the second battle against Vert, I tried to mix things up a little bit to see if I couldn't throw Vert off a bit. Unfortunately, putting Talonflame and Ampharos together wasn't the greatest plan, as Ampharos is pretty weak without the rain boosted moves and too slow to be of much help.
Oh,
It
You.
missed. What?
No rain this time.
So rude.
Your pom-poms kind of look like popcorn upside down.
Okay.
While I was able to get a burn and a paralysis off on both of Vert's Pokemon on the field, he still took out Flare with that second turn. Out came Politoed to try and get those rain boosted moves off, but it may have been too little too late.
Oh, this is intense, Callie. This is intense.
Oh my gosh. The burn on Alolan Ninetales meant he fainted after a Thunder move by Ampharos, and though after switching out Politoed for Mamoswine, I ended up losing Mamoswine, I still KO'd Palafin.
What was it last year?
Wait.
Oh, I'm gonna.
oh, the server restart.
No!
Oh, we gotta hurry, actually.
No, I'm logging in. I'm gonna stop it.
Unfortunately, I still had Goldango to contend with and really no moves or speed in which to get them off. Make It Rain from Goldango knocked out Ampharos, and I was left with an injured Politoed who didn't have the speed.
Oh,
GG.
Good game, Callie. Great game.
Good game to you too.
Holy cow.
We have done absolutely incredible in the tournament. I can't believe that I placed 3rd overall in the tournament itself. Definitely surprised with just having a shiny team and limiting ourselves to that. Apparently, I can make a competitive shiny Pokemon team for a battling tournament. It was an absolutely great tournament. I was so nervous for this entire thing, stressing about Pokemon teams, how to train them, what worked well together. But I'm so thankful for everybody who did come to my aid and help me train and practice. We now have one tournament under our belt and did entirely better than I ever expected. But I think we're going to leave it there for now, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to support my content. And a huge thank you to my very first Patreon. If you would like to support me through Patreon as well, you can find the link in the description, and you can also support me here on YouTube as a channel member. Thank you to all of you so very much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye for now.